City Council work session on Tuesday, August 15th, 2017 to order. At this time, I'd like to move to a roll call, please.
Councilmember Chapados?
Here.
Councilwoman Gussie?
Here.
Councilmember Manfredi?
Here.
Councilmember Smith?
She's on the phone.
Councilmember Wade?
Here.
Vice Mayor Brown?
Here.
Mayor Price?
Here.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Okay. I think we'll work out our technical difficulties. I know that Councilmember Smith is on the phone, or she was joining us on the phone, so we'll make sure she comes on here. With that, we'll go ahead and move to item 3.1. The Mayor and City Council shall review items on the regular City Council meeting agenda. Council, at this time, there was an item that I had that I just wanted to pull off consent for a brief explanation by the city manager during the regular agenda. It'll only take just a moment, but that is item 9.7 concerning the Zephyrs. So if I did my math right here, yes. So in item 9.7, like I said, it'll be just a brief wording that the city manager will do at that point, and then we can move on that item. Anything else that you see on consent that you have questions on or concerns with? Yes, Councilor Wade.
If the Heritage District Advisory Committee member is to be discussed, and that's my applicant, he's not on there. He's not going to be there.
Okay.
There's two actually, so.
There's two on that one?
Right.
Okay.
Vice Mayor Brown, do you not have candidate? Okay.
I had spoken to him to get that application.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I couldn't hear. Councilmember Wade?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just suggesting that if the Heritage District citizen was mine, then he has not
No,
submitted his
this
application.
appointment is actually Vice Mayor
Vice Mayor,
Brown's.
right, okay,
Your appointment has not applied.
right, okay.
Good.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All righty. Anything else on the agenda at this time? Nothing? Okay. We'll move on to item 3.2. The Mayor and City Council shall hear
Mayor,
reports.
I can hardly hear what's being said at this point.
Okay, thanks. We'll make sure we talk a little further into the mics, and maybe we can turn up that sensitivity just a tad. Let's see, we're going to hear reports on meetings and/or conferences attended by the council. In general reports, City Council? Yes, Councilor Wade?
I have one, Mayor.
Okay, we'll go to Councilmember Wade, and then we'll go to you, Councilmember Smith.
So thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to talk about the Councilman on the Corner event that had on Saturday, the quarterly event. On this particular event, we talked about the housing needs assessment. It was a very good turnout. We had representatives from development and from planning and zoning. Martin and Kazi were there, and then Mary was there from economic development. Martin did a great job. Some arrows and stones were tossed his way, and he got right past them all, so no issue there. But everyone came with the desire to have open dialogue, good discussion, and it was a good discussion. You know, kind of a far cry from some of the discussion that was taking place on social media. But people came, and if they had a desire to discuss the subject, they discussed it, and so it went very well. Looking forward to the next Councilman on the Corner. Date, time, and subject to be announced.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to share my attendance with you at the Maricopa Association of Governments Economic Development Committee. It was a delight to be able to go and watch what happens, and I'll be attending on a regular basis, and I'm excited about the discussions that are held, and especially the interaction among so many city, county, and business members. So I appreciate that opportunity, Mayor, and look forward to what there is to learn, share, and offer to that group.
Thank you, Councilmember. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anyone else at this time? Yes, Councilmember Wade.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to add one thing there, Mayor. Ace Hardware was the sponsor for this event, and of course, you know, Mike is Dynamite, and they did a really good job of supporting the event, so thank you. Just wanted to add
Thank
that.
you, Councilmember. Anyone else this time? Okay. Seeing no one, we'll go ahead to item 3.2, or excuse me, 3.3, my apologies. The Mayor and Council share a presentation by the City Manager on the possible establishment of a Legislative Affairs Committee. City Manager Rose.
Honorable Mayor, council members, thank you for allowing me to present to you tonight. I'm proposing, or would ask that you consider the creation of a Legislative Affairs Committee. The membership of the committee would be 3 members, so it would be a subcommittee of the city council. The city clerk would serve as the secretary to the committee and maintain the minutes and records. And the committee could be called by either the mayor or the city manager. The purpose for the committee is to help us in our preparation of our legislative platform each year. So it would operate similar to the BFO, where we take the budget to the BFO before bringing it to the city council. We would take our proposed legislative platform to the Legislative Affairs Committee prior to it coming to the city council for consideration. Once the program is established or adopted by the council, the committee shall coordinate with the city attorney and the city manager or his designee. The staff liaison to this board would be Dale, our intergovernmental affairs director, to work to advance and promote the program. I just want to highlight a few other reasons for or the need for this Legislative Affairs Committee. I think that for any of you, especially the mayor, knows that once the legislature is in session, things move pretty rapidly. And the challenge of trying to get all 7 of you together in a manner that would allow us to get direction from you would create some challenges. Often we're only given a day, if that long, in order to respond to either our legislators or to our fellow cities on the position that Maricopa has taken on any particular issue. So I think from that perspective it would be very helpful. It would also be used to assist us in informing, I won't say lobbying, informing our delegation, our state delegation, provide guidance to staff on legislative matters as they emerge. It would assist also in monitoring the legislation. So those are the primary reasons that I believe that this type of committee would be worthwhile for Maricopa. And I will respond to any questions that you have.
Council, questions? No questions? Okay. What's your pleasure, council? This is something you would want to see move forward?
I would support that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I have a
Yes,
question.
by all means, Councilmember
What
Gussie.
are you planning to, are you planning to select the individuals that'll sit on this
Yeah.
committee? And are you going to try to align them with the goals of the legislative body so that we are matching? Okay.
Yeah, I think that, you know, this is the tricky thing. You know, Councilmember Chapados had talked about these committees are assigned by the mayor. It's something that I would certainly solicit interest from. Time is important because you have to be able to, you know, kind of a drop of a hat go and talk to some of these folks. I certainly would want, you know, I've thought a lot about this from the standpoint that it'd be nice in some respects if I wasn't on the committee, but then at the same time, due to the fact of the position that I hold the league and so much time down there and these other things, that it would kind of be silly not to then in some respects, because it would kind of be spinning our wheels doing 2 things at once. And so, you know, what I'd really like to do is see maybe, even though we are a nonpartisan body, clearly we have our political affiliations, you know, we certainly should have a representative member from each affiliation on that as well, simply because, you know, we are playing in a partisan arena, and as such, I think there's value in being able to kind of speak the language to both sides, even though we're presenting kind of a united, nonpartisan city front when we go in there. So I certainly want to, again, solicit interest from each of you before making those decisions, but at the same time, I kind of want to strike that balance if possible. So hopefully that answers the question. So with that, I don't see any objections. I think that that means let's kind of move forward with that, and we'll move
Mayor,
towards the
if you're-
legislative body.
Yep. If you're in the council or in agreement, we will advance this to the regular agenda.
Perfect. Thank you. Council, that concludes our work session tonight, believe it or not. I know you're flabbergasted at the speed at which we've gone through this tonight. It's almost like that, but I am. And so with that, we are going to move to E-session. If I can have a motion, please. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We'll reconvene here in 45 minutes.